Today, artificial intelligence is expanding at an exponential rate, but it hides a dirty secret. It is suffocating our planet. Every single prompt you send to a large language model requires massive computational power, and that power translates directly into heat and environmental degradation. Terrestrial data centers already consume more than 1% of the world's total electricity, and by the end of this decade, that number could jump to nearly 10%. Furthermore, cooling these silicon monsters drains billions of gallons of fresh water every year, accelerating global droughts. Humanity is rapidly approaching a hard physical limit. We are running out of energy and water on Earth to sustain the artificial minds we are building. The solution to this existential crisis lies beyond our atmosphere. A radical new frontier in futurology is unfolding, known as orbital computing. Tech giants and aerospace startups are no longer looking at space just for satellites or Mars missions. They are planning to move the core infrastructure of the internet into low Earth orbit. This is not science fiction. It is a calculated response to the laws of physics. Space offers two massive, free advantages for heavy computing. First, the problem of overheating is solved naturally. In outer space, particularly in the shadow of the Earth, the ambient temperature drops close to absolute zero. This creates a perfect thermal sink. Instead of wasting millions of dollars on complex water cooling systems, orbital data centers can shed heat passively through radiative cooling directly into the void of the universe. The second advantage is pure, infinite energy. On Earth, solar and wind power are fundamentally limited by night, weather conditions, and atmospheric interference. In space, an orbital server station can position its solar arrays to harvest intense, unfiltered sunlight 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But what about the financial reality? Historically, the idea of launching heavy servers into space was dismissed due to astronomical costs. However, the economics changed entirely with the advent of fully reusable super-heavy launch systems, like SpaceX's Starship. The cost of delivering cargo to orbit has plummeted from $10,000 per kilogram to less than $100. This massive cost reduction makes space-based hardware economically viable for the first time in history. Real steps are already being taken. Companies like Leo Cloud and Axiom Space are already conducting successful pilot tests, deploying compact edge computing nodes to the International Space Station. These initial experiments prove that advanced algorithms can successfully process high volumes of data directly in orbit. The future map of civilization is being redrawn. Earth will gradually be liberated from the crushing environmental burden of massive silicon server farms. Our home planet will become a place for living, while the cold, dark vacuum of space will transform into the primary, infinite computing core of human intelligence.